Hi, welcome back to Finally Revealed and week 8 of Be the Change. I'm Michelle, your hostess, and here we are talking about last week's assignment, which was to observe what you consume. And I gave some examples, but I didn't want to tell you everything, so hopefully you looked at everything you consume. So you can start with your person, your body. What do you eat? What do you drink? With regard to the foods, are they mostly natural? Are they mostly packaged? Are they full of preservatives? Do you eat home mostly? Do you eat out mostly? When you eat out, is it mostly fast food? And what kind of surroundings do you have? What kind of people are around you? Are they mostly positive? Are they mostly negative? Do those people, the energy that you consume or that you mix with in these people, is it mostly positive? Is it mostly negative? Are there mostly conversations at work that are about gossip? Are they mostly about current events or news? Are they mostly about work? What kinds of conversations do you have? And your surroundings at your home, are you observing a peaceful environment? Do you have plants? Do you have animals? Do you have clutter? Is it cleaned up? Is it older, newer? A lot of different components to a person's consumption. It can extend to your shopping habits. Do you shop to feel better? It's Christmas time. Were you buying a lot of presents this last week? Were you buying for people that you care about, that you were excited to get something, that you found something that really matched up that person? Or were you doing something out of obligation that you needed 4 more things for your book club, or 3 more things for someone, for teachers, for the kids? And not that you don't like your people in the book club, but is it more of an obligation than something that is happy? Maybe it's a happy thing by virtue of the fact that you like to go to book club and you enjoy the fellowship that you have with those friends. And it's a small token, and while it's a nagging errand that you had to do this week, and it wasn't necessarily personal to each person, overall it was something good. So you're consuming in order to then turn around and gift. Did you consider the drugs that you take, either for a persistent condition, for some assigned medical condition, or because of constant headaches or eye strain, or allergic reactions, or recreational marijuana or other types of drugs? What is the source of those? What are you taking them for? And is it effective? And is it really necessary? Concerning media, do you consume more from television, from the internet, from the radio, from the newspaper, from magazines? Do you stream? Do you watch a lot of YouTube? Do you seek out knowledge, or do you find whatever happens to be on because you have an automatic response to come home and turn on the television, or wake up in the morning to the radio and you listen to it on the way to work? Do you consume mostly news or music or sports or talk radio? Is it of the entertainment type or the political type? And now when you put all of these things together, how did you feel? Did you notice at all how you felt when you are observing what you have for lunch? Was it because you just grabbed something in the machine? Was it because it was something made for you by someone you love who sent it with you to work? Is it because you were eating lunch with a great colleague or a customer or client or a friend or family member, and you picked a special place to go that has meaning to you? Is it something that you had, like your favorite salad or your favorite sandwich? How did you feel this week while you were eating? Can you even remember, going back now, what you ate and who you were with and what the circumstances were? Do you remember how it made you feel? Can you remember one of those meals that stands out because it was before you were going to a play, or before you were going to a Christmas pageant, or afterwards? When you were shopping, were you happily picking out certain gifts for certain people, and whether it was for your family or your friends, or if you get a charge like I do of going out with the Salvation Army Angels or some other type of gifting charity or donation that you do, you're choosing items for someone else, and that can be a very fun and fulfilling event. So you are consuming it, but it is for the purpose of then giving it away. How about the music? Is your music holiday oriented this time of year? Is it any particular genre? Does your music fluctuate, the music you listen to, does it fluctuate based upon your mood? Does music elevate your mood? Do you have a go-to song that lifts you up or gets you energized for the day? All of the different things that you consume come into your body, and they add to whatever you have going on. They can add in a positive way, they can add in a not so positive way. And in order to discern the things you prefer to consume and things that you don't, you first, as with all of these exercises, you first need to identify it. So if you can look back at what your list is for what you consume and make a note of how it made you feel, and which ones you like to feel again and which ones you don't want to feel again. If you had the worst meal of your life on the recommendation of someone, or hopefully not, but maybe it was even at someone's house for dinner, you don't want to experience that again. So you want to make an actual note or a mental note. Now with this, all of the information that we've gone through so far, this week, it's a holiday, whether you celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or not. It is a week that is a little bit chopped up because of the holiday, so you most likely are not going to work straight through this week. You may, but a lot of people will not. So there will again be pockets of time this week left open for you to do with what you will. And for purposes of Be the Change, what I would like you to do, what I'm going to do, this week's assignment is to look at all of the areas that we've checked so far, and you can do it that way to make sure you don't miss anything, or you can just go from the principle and pull things out. Where are you the most joyful? What people, circumstances, situations bring you joy? When do you experience that pure feeling of joy? If you're lucky, you experience it a lot. And if you're not, then you can at least experience it. Hopefully you've experienced it at some point, whether it's anticipation of going on vacation, or excitement after you received a raise, or excitement when you helped a child ride their bike for the first time, or excitement when you rode a bike for the first time, or drove a car, or got a new car, or finished a manuscript that you were writing, or took a great picture, or spent time with animals, or finished a degree, or finished a project at work, or created something new, whether it be a dance or a story or a letter, or you received something from a friend, a thank you for some time that you spent with them, or a loving note from a family member or a friend that you spent time with. It can be anything. It can be a very small thing, to having your favorite cup of coffee in your favorite cafe and reading the newspaper, or sitting in a window and watching people go by, or having lunch with your best friend, or going to a game, a sports contest with your best friend, or your coworkers, or having a team building outing, or participating in your church and the choir, or some type of activity that is there, or if you're in a veterans group, participating in a parade. Whatever it is, what are the things? List as many as you can What are the things, circumstances, people, situations, events that bring you joy through your whole life, when you're by yourself, when you're with your family, when you're with your friends, when you're traveling, when you're not traveling? What are the situations and where have you been in your life that have brought you the most joy? What were you doing or not doing? Who were you with or not with? Consider every single part of your life and write those things down. Write as many as you can recall. Going back, you can do your whole adult life, you could do your whole life, you can do this week, you can do last month, this year. What has brought you the most joy? What are the best times that you've ever had? Whether people knew about it or whether people didn't know about it. What are some really, it might be coming in from the cold and having a cup of coffee or tea or hot chocolate by your fireplace. It could be getting a favorite book off the shelf to reread for the 15th time. It could be reading a small storybook to your child or your grandchild, or cuddling with your puppy, or helping nurse someone back to health. What are the things that really brought you joy? Then list those out. Do them first, and don't, I almost hesitate in giving this next part because I don't want you to do it with an agenda, but you're in charge of your own happiness. So list all of them out. Then go through and see what ones have similarities. And if it was around, if there's certain people that, they just bring you great joy, go through those. And how many of those have you experienced lately? Has your level of joy been going up, increasing, or going down, decreasing? Why? Can you tell why? Are you in a situation that you're building into something? Maybe you've turned the corner and you're starting something new and you're doing the setup phase. Maybe your joy has been increasing because things have changed for the good and you are incorporating more of the things that you like into your daily life. And that's where this is all going. We first need to identify what really makes you happy, what really gets you going, makes you feel happy, a sense of accomplishment, just pure happiness and joy inside. And what are the circumstances around those? And how are the trends for you? Are you getting more of that or not? Do you want more of that? If you're trying to focus on joy and you just can't come up with anything, what are the things that are preventing you from that joy? I talked a few episodes ago about if things that are make you really happy are being sacrificed for certain other things. Maybe it's because you're in school. Maybe it's because of a work project. Hopefully those are for defined short periods of time and you have consciously made the choice to forego or postpone certain areas that give you joy in order to achieve a certain completion in something else that you believe will then pay you back in more joy for longer going forward. You want to be conscious in what you're doing and why. So we want to focus on the joy, what things really make us feel joyful, and how we can get more of them, and how we can, maybe you're most joyful when you stop doing something that you don't like. So this week, focus on the joy. And then next week, we're going to start our conscious change. Hope you have a wonderful holiday week. I hope this was helpful to you. If it made you think about it, something, or you're learning something, give me a thumbs up. Leave any comments or questions below, or musings. And subscribe to see the other videos. Share this with anyone who you think likes thought-provoking projects and who might have asked you about it. Subscribe to see the other videos and come back and see me next time. Thanks for watching.